Aqua Soul family, what it do? It's your girl Empress 777 here today with a general love message for my Aqua gang. Hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I certainly am. Holy angels and spirit guys, please give us exactly what it is that we need to know for my Aqua gang. It's for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Okay, the messages are general, guys, right? So take what resonates, leave the rest. You know how it goes. If you would, please take a moment and click that like button, guys. It helps the algorithm and it helps people find our channel, find our family here. It lets them know that we in here, okay? Also, click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload for this sign, as I do that quite often, okay? So, first of all, we have quite a bit to unpack here, you guys, in reference to this pre-shuffle. Cross-watchers, place yourself where you belong in the story. I couldn't quite identify who was who in this, so you would be able to do that better than I can, okay? The energy is definitely based in a contractual agreement that has gone awry. Okay, things were really good in this connection for an extended amount of time, so much so that you may have felt like you were sold a dream. You may have felt like this was a fairy tale romance. It may have felt like meant to be, right? Like everything was just falling into place until it wasn't, right? It was all great until it wasn't. The very first card that we had come out is the Tower in the reverse. Okay, so I don't know who this is trying to hold this relationship up. It has to fall. You have to let this tower fall, whoever it is, you or your person, right? Just place yourself where you belong. It's almost as if holding on to the better parts of the relationship, even though it may be very small, that list may be extremely small, somebody is still holding on to that hope of the you know, just very small amounts of time that you were able to see things progressing. The very small and very minute moments that you might have seen a glimpse of hope, a glimmer of progression or expansion. It's just a very small amount of hope, but it's holding the entire relationship together, whoever is doing that. Now, I'm not saying that there's not potential for things to be resurrected here, because it most certainly is for a small majority of you. But the tower must fall, and that will be extremely painful for some of you after that tower moment, after things fall apart. Because of how much willpower, because of how much time, because of how much effort and how much mental bandwidth you would have to use to place yourself back together and just be able to exist in the world, right? Be able to get yourself up out of bed and go to work, or get yourself up and fix a meal. Like, the smallest things take the most energy out of you because of all of that work that it would take for you to get a sense of normalcy back. That might be the reason and why that bridge has completely fallen, never to be built again. Now, it does feel like this, like I said, is contractual, so it feels more twin flame for me. Now, let's get to some of the cards that have come out besides the Tower in the reverse. So we also have the Justice, okay? So it's saying doing what is or what you think is right. It also says only honesty brings success, and this is about spiritual order and truth. Being truthful about what has already occurred, and being really truthful with yourself in reference to what you really feel you can have with this person. That's how you'll know which group you fall in, okay? Don't gaslight yourself. Don't trick yourself into thinking that even if this tower came down and everyone has gone through their karmic debts and learned their lessons and has come to some level of awakening, because that's what it's feeling like, a separation before union for a percentage of you. It is the truthfulness that you give yourself, or the realness that you give yourself in reference to what you can actually see with this person, that's going to allow you to use your intuition to know which group you lie in. Because some of you are splitting from this person entirely to move towards a soulmate, okay? You don't have to end up with your twin flame. So we also have surrender, right? So this is about finally letting go, finally releasing, no longer fighting for something that's not worth fighting for, okay? And at this juncture, I'm not saying that this person is not worth fighting for, but I am saying that the relationship, the way that it is now, what you are receiving now based on what it is that you actually deserve, is not enough to fight for, okay? And this individual, unfortunately, is not going to be able to see that unless you hold yourself up, your self-value, right? Unless you place yourself on a pedestal and don't wait for this person to start giving you what it is that you deserve. Start giving that to yourself. And that is going to allow them to see. But it's really that tower falling. And I feel like you're going to be the one to have to finally release it, okay? Whether it be physically, whether it be disengaging actually, right? Communicatively, or just energetically. Because there's something still holding this energy towards you, if this is your story. Okay, so we also have legal issues and bad contracts, right? That's that contractual agreement that I was feeling. Very, very strong soul contract, you guys. Almost an unbreakable bond, right? Even the bad shit bonds you together. It's wild. So we have karma, right? That goes without saying. Now, karma could be good or bad, as I always like to say. This is definitely in reference to whoever is releasing this relationship, finally letting this tower fall, letting things come to a demise, burning it all down for the hope of starting over, if that's what you want. Because there is a soulmate here that you can walk towards rather than this twin flame energy, okay? Then we have the Six of Cups, of course, right? That's the soulmate energy that I was feeling, as well as the older person showing up also. So it's like double confirmation. They're both showing up simultaneously. You will know best once you have healed where your comfort level lies, okay? Where you feel most comfortable, because even after ascension, even after awakening, the trust may have already been broken too deeply, right? Not that you won't be able to forgive the past, but reallowing yourself to visit it, even if it's totally different, or even if the percentage of it succeeding is higher, you just won't be able to allow yourself to do that for some of you, okay? So we have the Page of Wands in the reverse as well. So this is about a bit of bad news coming, okay? I feel like this tower in the reverse is getting ready to definitely turn into the upright. It's going to be a forceful sort of tower. I feel like I said, you do have control over releasing this tower, right? Just letting it fall, not holding on to something that is giving you this sense of, I don't know, like sense of desire to fix it yourself. That is the way that you fix it, though, okay? If you don't allow the tower to fall, then it will happen. It's gonna happen, okay? Voluntarily or involuntarily, okay? So let's see here. I feel like there were a lot of triggering points in this connection, okay? The both of you triggered one another. Even if you don't want to believe it, there are things about this person that you could not stand that you also possess yourself. You're twin flames for sure, for a great majority of some of you. Doing some shadow work will allow you to see those things. There were things that this person triggered within you that you may have blamed them for having, but you also have within yourself, if that makes sense. You mirror one another. So just try to take an analysis over what that could be exactly. For some of you, you already know what characteristic or character trait that is. That's something that needed to come to your attention within this relationship. This is why the two of you have found each other in this lifetime. Everyone does not get the benefit of meeting their twin flame in a lifetime, right? It's very, very rare, a very, very rare instance. And this could also be why there's such this need to hold on to this. It is special, okay? Like, don't fool yourself. Be very real with yourself. And I'm going to be real with you always. I do know how strong this connection is and how easy it is for me to say, right? I could sit here and say all day, you have to release this. You have to let this go. You have to completely detach from it on all levels, not just physically, energetically as well, emotionally as well. You cannot look on their social media page. Do not go back and look at pictures or remind yourself of you have to release it. And that is very, very hard. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, you may have everything inside of you telling you that it's worth fighting for, but the way that it's being given to you right now, it's not. And it's a slap in the face to your self-love journey to accept this, okay? the way that it is at this juncture. This person lacks respect for you. Okay, and they lack the ability to see your true worth. They're never going to give you what you actually deserve because they can't see it. Not with you still accepting, you know, the bare minimum. Right, so we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. It's almost like you're fighting whoever this is. It might not be you, it might be the other person, right? You may have given into the thought of releasing this for the sake of working on yourself, choosing yourself, going towards something that you deserve. And that feels like the lesson in this partnership. Four of Swords is currently in the reverse, however, okay? So that does feel like mirrored energy between the two of you. There's still a very strong hold on this soul tie, okay? You might not even be speaking to this person. You may have not spoken to this person in quite some time, but there's still a cord here. Attached to what? That heart chakra, okay? It's still there. So we have to plop this into the upright. Four of Swords is also the energy of self-love, pouring into yourself, nurturing yourself, allowing yourself happiness, allowing yourself the ability to go towards what it is that you really like, or figuring out what that is, setting some standards for yourself, figuring out what it is that you really want out of a relationship. It feels like an extended amount of time for some of you that you've just accepted whatever has come towards you. You know what I'm saying? Not that you meant to do that. I feel like you do value yourself. It's just you have settled more times than not, meaning you turn a lot of people away, but a lot of the relationships that you have decided to lean into, if you're honest with yourself, right, being truthful with yourself, then you'll realize that either you were at a vulnerable time in your life and it's just like, might as well, okay, I'll just see where this is going. I don't feel, besides this twin flame relationship, that your connections from the past had that drive, that spark, something inside of you to lean into your self-love. It definitely feels like energy of always having to dim your light, or always having to be flexible, or always having to change something, or get in line with what somebody else wants. You see what I'm saying? And that is mostly why your relationships have ended in the past as well. Now, this one is a little bit different because I feel like it started out as exactly what you wanted it to be. It wasn't a setup. This had to happen this way, okay? To change your perspective on life, on things, on what you have been accepting versus what you will accept in the future, okay? So we have the Hangman. Now, I believe this person's perspective is changing as well. I don't know the extent to this changed perspective. That's going to definitely be based on how soon that tower is able to fall, because they can't really see how valuable you are, okay? They can't. Yeah, so we have the Eight of Wands. Lots of messages getting ready to come through. As soon as this perspective changes, there will be a very, very deep, enthralled, and informative conversation. Lots of confessions on both parts. Right? Hate to say it. Nobody is wrong in this instance, okay? The both of you triggered one another. Even though you might not feel like you betrayed this person, there were certain things that you said, certain things that you did, certain things about you, because you're twin flames. This is such a strongly tied connection. Even if you weren't trying, you triggered them, right? And they're also holding on to whatever pain that might be. They may have even sought out revenge against you during certain times, right? Not no all out, you know, trying to kill you type of revenge, but you know, petty wop stuff. Okay, trying to get you back, trying to humble you, trying to embarrass you, trying to, you know, little stuff like that. And you might not have even noticed that you hurt them, or that you triggered them, or that you sparked this insecurity within this person. So they do want movement forward for sure. And I believe that you want the same thing as well, okay? If you're honest with yourself, whether it be movement into another cycle without this person or movement towards them. It's just this stagnant energy has to go. You're tired of being in limbo here. So I feel like that wish will be granted very, very soon. Things are going to start to move at a very rapid speed, okay? I do feel like things may get a little bit bad before they get better, okay? Not anything that you cannot handle, but the longer you resist turning this Four of Swords into the upright, that means sitting the fuck down somewhere. Okay, don't try to, do not try to overbook yourself, overschedule yourself. Always have every moment of the day with something to do, something to keep yourself occupied, something to keep your attention off of things. And it's prolonging this process, really. I'm honest with you, okay? It's counterproductive for what it is that you're actually wanting to do, which is get on to the next cycle. You want movement, and fast movement, okay? And it's almost as if in order to be able to move, they need you to stop. Because the Four of Swords is in the reverse. That means you're going, okay? You gotta relax. You have to relax. You gotta relax. Do something nice for yourself. Take a vacation, take some time off. You probably never take days off, okay? Even when you're sick, you go to work. Like, girl, like my dude, my guy, my brother. Ciao. Have a seat for like 2 seconds. And watch how that energy starts to move for you. This is all energetically, and it's definitely creating an imbalance in all other areas of your life. The faster you try to go, the more you'll feel like you're going nowhere. Yeah. So where are they currently emotionally? Where is this person currently standing emotionally? This is going to give us an idea in reference to this is something that you want to bother yourself with anytime soon. Okay? All right, so we do have the Magician. They are currently seeking outside sources. This is someone who is seeking more of a spiritual based practice. This person may be meditating a little bit more. Their emotional space has been compromised at this juncture, especially if there has been any ghosting going on, especially if there hasn't been a conversation in reference to where things are going, if things are most certainly still in limbo. If there has been a conversation about the two of you no longer wanting to talk to each other, or if there has been an argument, there's something, right? But the Tower still hasn't fell. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's in limbo. You are, they are, like there needs to be a complete demise, a complete detachment. Yeah, it's almost as if someone is either the two of you agreed or one person or the other, I don't know, is saying, okay, we're done. But not for real, because the Tower still hasn't fallen. You see what I'm saying? It's just semantics at this point. This person may most certainly, like I said, be leaning more into a form of spiritual practice. They do want to manifest a better outcome for themselves. This doesn't feel like somebody who is used to having to sit in their emotions, all right? So that may be mirrored between the two of you as well. I'm not saying you don't sit in your emotions, but what I'm saying is you are a problem solver. You don't dwell in heartache and shit like that. For what? What is it like? Is it gonna make me a bag? Like, is it like, what is the end goal? That just doesn't make sense, right? To just sit and wallow and do, I need to be busy. That makes more sense. This person is in that exact same energy, but I feel like they're leaning more into allowing their intuition to guide them, and it's also guiding them to sit the fuck down. Yeah, because this person may have tried to start dating, seeking out other energies outside of this relationship, or you have done that, okay? I don't know who is who in this relationship, okay? You place yourself where you belong in the story, okay? Yeah. It's that closely tied to each other that I can't even differentiate the two energies. You may also yourself be in this magician sort of mindset, right? Trying to manifest the life that you want, not wanting to dwell on the things that you don't have, wanting to dwell on the things that you do want. And in your mind, that means we need a game plan. We need a list of shit to do. I need a schedule. I need a list of my short-term goals, my long-term goals. How I'm gonna get it done? Do I need investors? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? Right? Game plan. But you're not in control. You're not in control. Okay? I know you don't like to hear that, but you're not. It's kind of keeping you tied to things. So try to relinquish some of that control. It may be a bit uncomfortable. Like I said, this might not be good news for you. We got the Page of Wands in the reverse. You don't want to hear this shit. Like, girl, what? Girl, what? Let's see. For some of you, you need to pay a lot closer attention to your health. Okay, are you taking your vitamins? When is the last time you've had a physical? These are things that I'm hearing intuitively. Okay, there's something about neglecting yourself for the sake of the bigger picture, but that's not going to be helpful. It's going to get you laid out on your ass if you don't catch it. Okay, if you think this relationship has done a number on you, you seem to be doing a number on yourself at this juncture. And based on what you're trying to manifest or the life it is that you want, I don't think that includes health issues, okay? See, we have mind games, right? Exactly. This is this person's defense mechanism against what they feel you've done to them. Like I said, because of the close tie in this relationship and the way that the two of you mirror one another, it's a twin flame energy for sure, whether you knew it or not. You couldn't understand why somebody that you love, why somebody that you've poured yourself into, why somebody that you have rooted for, somebody who you have, you know, wanted to be there for, why are they playing with you like this? Why do they insist on hurt? Because you hurt them, in their opinion. Okay? Unfortunately, it wasn't supposed to be a mind game. It wasn't supposed to go down like that, but that's what twin flames do to one another. They trigger each other. Okay? Whatever it is that you did, you definitely didn't know that you were doing it, but it was something that triggered them awfully. And in their mind, they had to get you back. It's so sad. When I feel the energy of how great things were when the connection was good, it's heart-wrenching pain to have to view things from a very truthful aspect, which is, yes, things were phenomenal when they were phenomenal, but there were some extremely toxic portions of this relationship. You may have brought some toxic traits to this also. Like I said, it doesn't feel like it's anyone's fault. You triggered each other. And so this tower must come down, guys. It has to. And don't trick yourself or play mind games on yourself by thinking that you could just pretend, like in your mind, I've disconnected. I am done. This shit is for the birds. I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. That's what I keep hearing over and over and over. I'm fine. Only you're not. You need to sit down. I'm telling you, so as soon as you sit the fuck down, you're going to be like, I'm not okay. And that's what needs to happen before things can start to move. See? After you, I will never be the same. And that goes for both of you, okay? This person is not getting away with murder. They may put on a very good face as if this is not something that is also torturing them or that they are not holding on to any longer, but they are. This entire message is mirrored. You're both holding on to each other. You're both angry with each other. You both feel like you've been betrayed. You both feel like the other one is wrong. You both feel like, you know, this is your fault. The change is for the better though, okay? So we have, see, adjustments are required. Third quarter moon, sorry. So there are some major adjustments that are required, but it's still free will, okay? But this gives me hope for you here. We have conclusions are within reach. As long as you reach for them, free will is still at play, okay? All right, so let's go on over to the extended. Definitely want to dig in over there, okay, guys? Let's take a look to see if there have been any habits that have changed within this person just yet. That'll give us an idea of, you know, the timeline in which things can progress, if that's what you want, of course. Let's see the changes they will be forced to make in the near future. I also want to see the karma they must face for growth and ascension. We had karma come out already, so I believe that they are either already within their karmic cycle or very, very close nearby it. Let's see what their next steps are going to be, as well as their intentions, so that you can prepare yourself. And then I want to know what the best possible outcome of things are for you. Let's see what is the divine trying to bring to your attention within this message specifically, so give us an idea of why this all had to happen in this lifetime. Let's also see what subconscious blockages may be stagnating your growth in connections. As you move forward, though, removing those blockages is going to allow you the ability to see red flags before red flags see you. Okay. Let's also see how can you best move forward and become invisible to all toxicity in your next cycle. We'll then have a new love message. Of course, I always do new love, guys. I always do it every single message. So let's see what or who is approaching. Only the good shit, only the new shit. What good things do you have to look forward to? Okay. Let's see if there are any warnings that you need to be aware of as you move forward into this next cycle. How soon can you expect union with your divine counterpart, right? Like, what's the timeline? I also want to do a little bit of a message on your divine counterpart. What are they like? What are some of their characteristics? How will you most likely meet them? And the time frame in which it will take for that all to happen. Okay, let's also see what your focus advice is in order for you to speed up momentum towards your happiness and fulfillment, whatever that recipe is for you, in the least amount of time. What does Spirit suggest? Okay, so please click that like button, guys. It is free, and it allows people to know that we're here, right? As well as the subscribe button. And I'm going to put the link for the extended down in the description box. Hope to see you over there. Let's do this.